Kazemi will be in the starting lineup along with Vahedi. Manji along with Joseph Michael Young will also make up the final spots. Well, Gorgan's got to come here with a bang. They've got to make sure they play physical and play to their style. But KCC, no doubt, of course, the champions of Korea, they will come here tonight with a point to prove. Well, Jonathan Hamilton has been the key new addition so far here for Shahrdary Gorgan. As already mentioned, he's just come off the back of a season playing with Bursaspor in the country of Turkey. But there's your starting lineup tonight here for KCC Egis. Hoyun Lee along with Jun Young Choi, who does feature for the national team. Ung Hae along with Dion Thompson. They will make up the starting lineups here for the champions of Korea. Now currently just under 6 minutes away here from tip-off. Big game coming up here between two very, very big teams. Well, no doubt, of course, the tempo will be key. But they also, key factor coming into this game is, you know one thing, the Koreans are going to want to play a very organized tactical style of play. There is your head coach of Shahrdary Gorgan, and a man who started his coaching career back in 2001. That's right, Mustafa Hashemi started as a head coach in the Iranian Super League with Sanam. Also worked with Petrochimi back in 2005, where he spent a few seasons, but been in and out of some of the top clubs. Where was Hemdador in Tehran, but only just returned to Shahrdary Gorgan this season. Of course, a man who knows he's got a lot of pressure on him. Anytime you're coaching a head team here, a head coach of a team in Korea, the likes of Jin Chun Chung, you know one thing, the expectations will always be high. And there'll always be limits and boundaries to what you can and cannot achieve. But he knows with his team, they did the impossible. They took away the championship from Anyang KGC. Of course, they earned their right to be here at the BCL Asia. Well, KCC Egis, as we already mentioned, it's not only the import players of Dion Thompson and Alfonso McKinney they're going to rely on. Choi is going to be a key factor. Now, many will remember him at the FIBA Asia Cup, where in the game against New Zealand, he was absolutely fantastic, but it didn't quite finish the way he would have wanted to have done. But no doubt, since that FIBA Asia Cup, he has been so good for every team he's played for so far. We're definitely going to have to rely on him tonight to have a very, very big game here. Because these two teams, it's very hard to tell who will come out with the victory. Oh, now just over 3 minutes away from tip-off. There you can see Jin Young Choi, man who many have dubbed to be one of the, leaders of the future Korean national team. Because we are now heading into another year of qualifiers, and we'll find out where and which teams will qualify. But at the moment, it's about club basketball, getting KCC Egis on the map. Jin Young Choi was a member of SK Seoul Knights. Wafa Gorgan, I mean, this is a team that, as we said, historically have been one of the familiar faces in Iranian basketball. Well, Gorgan have their style. They like to play physical. They, of course, they like to play very, very methodical as well. 3 times they've been champions of the Iranian Super League. And now they're up against a team, Busan, KCC Egis. 6-time champions of the KBL. Well, great sight to see fans coming in and out of the building, enjoying the occasion here. Remember, it's the first of its kind, the BCL Asia.
Your God is position 3. Same number 3. السلة ساحل سالار 12 ترجمه‌شو شروع می‌کنن because everything should maybe I told should
Welcome, basketball fans. Welcome to Dubai City. This indeed is the BCL Asia. And it's Shahrdary Gorgan, the champions of Iran, against the champions of the Korean Basketball League, Busan KCC Egis. Well, if you are just joining us and just tuning in, of course, what a game we had earlier when the Hiroshima Dragonflies had a very emphatic victory against the champions, of course, coming from, well, the qualifiers, of course, Jayo. Three referees, they indeed are ready for this big matchup. They know that this is going to be a close encounter. Well, we are indeed very proud to say that we have three of the very finest referees in the business. Well, for such a big game where the stakes are going to be so high, our three referees are coming from Kazakhstan, where we have Yevgeny Mikheyev. From Syria, we have Wissam Zain. And from Hong Kong, China, we have Chun Yup Yuan. We're very proud to say that our referees have done a fantastic job in all of our competitions. From every FIBA competition, from the BCL in Europe, the BCL Americas, and now finally, the inaugural year of the BCL Asia. The Basketball Champions League has arrived. Well, if you want to talk about how these two teams arrived here at the BCL Asia, remember, it's a merit-based competition. You have to go through your domestic league, of course. Gorgan didn't necessarily qualify through the Iranian Super League. They are in the finals currently against Tabiat, but of course qualifying from the FIBA Vassal in the Gulf region, while KCC Egis qualifying by becoming champions of the KBL, the Korean Basketball League, where they won 4-1 against the Suwon KT. Well, to all of our fans in Iran, salam chetori, and to all of our fans in Korea, annyeonghaseyo. Let's get this one underway. It's going to be Gorgan with the first possession. Trying to go inside Margie with the post move. Well, had good positioning, but now a second offensive rebound here for the Iranians. Young looking to penetrate. Nowhere to go here. Finds Vahedi. In and around, goes in with a scoop move. Well, he switched hands midway when he went baseline. Well, that's one good way to start here for Shahrdary Gorgan. Trying to play at dead tempo. Remember, KCC Egis, a few different changes they've had in the lineup since winning the KBL, but now they turn it over. Vahedi's not going to go for that one. Finds Young wide open. Three is up. No good. Well, KCC Egis fire up a three-point early, tucking that one away. That's one good way to start the game. Well, there's a play you cannot leave too wide open. He will punish you from time to time from the perimeter. Well, the three was beautifully tucked away by KCC Egis, Alfonso McKinney, but now he's got to defensively match up. Trying to go in the paint. Margie with the post move, simply unstoppable. Well, Margie got those good looks. Now KCC Egis has to think about what they want to do defensively. Do they double team? Do they try to leave the isolation against McKinney? But another turnover in the backcourt. Well, good hands. That's going to be KCC Egis. Oh, no. Well, it looked at first like that was a good deflection by Ho-Yun Lee. Well, now watch Ho-Yun Lee puts his hand in the cookie jar. I think that should be KCC Egis' ball, because clearly the last touch came from Vahedi. Cherry goes baseline, wraparound reverse. Are you kidding me? Oh, no help side defense. And Cherry just punishes them. Well, McKinney's looking at Dia Thompson. Thompson wants to go pick and roll. Now they get the switch on defense. Margie commits a foul. Well, here's the foul. You can see on the replay, Margie had no choice but to switch, but that was just trying to stop him in his tracks. KCC trying to go to a dribble handoff offense. Jung Young Choi, nowhere to go. Throws a tough pass to the corner. Now they go for another three. It's up, and that one's beautifully tucked away. The champions of the KBL getting 2 early three-pointers. Team's lining up with confidence. That's going to be a backcourt violation. Oh, deflection by Hale. Still the KCC coaching staff. They want the travel called. But now Cherry left wide open. He'll fire the three. Monchi offensive rebound. That goes out of bounds, and that will possession to the champions of the Korean Basketball League. The Korean fans, of course, have come into the building. They do have quite a few followers here for this game. Well, Choi went for the mid-range, unable to connect. Cherry just doing enough to try and put him off. Well, nice hesitation by Young, keeps it in his right hand, just goes to work. Well, he puts the ice in, ISO. Well, you can see that it caused a bit of confusion with the KCC Egis defense, but they've got to figure out ways how to stop him in his tracks. It's now McKinney, got it by Moji, now wants to go down low to Dion Thompson. Thompson goes to the mid-range, puts this one up. Both teams exchanging field goals early on. Well, you can see both teams very well organized in the half-court sets, both on the offense and the defense. But it's going to be a tactical war of trying to break each other down. Young penetrates. They're going to call a foul against Hale. So Young will go to the free throw line. Well, Joseph Michael Young's a couple times. Wow, wow. You could argue there was good hands on defense, but it's possible there that Joseph Michael Young probably had the advantage. That's why they probably called it. Well, the officials have just paused the game. I think there's an issue, a technical issue that we're currently having with the scoreboard. Currently the score we have on the screen is 8-8. The scoreboard here in Dubai City says 6-6, and I think they're just trying to take care of that slight minor difficulty. Well, looks like we're ready to get things back underway. Well, Michael Joseph Young currently at the free throw line. We just know him as Joe Young, of course. Originally from Houston, Texas, was drafted in the NBA by the Indiana Pacers back in 2015 in the second round with the 43rd pick. Didn't play too long in the NBA. Now, after the NBA, he actually went to play in the Chinese Basketball Association with quite a few teams, the Nanjing Monkey Kings and the Beijing Royal Fighters. Prior to coming to the Korean Basketball League off the back of a season with the Fujian Sturgeons. KCC Egis now going to his dribble handoff offense. Oh, what a dime. Thompson goes in, throws it down. Well, Jun Young Choi with the dime. What a play. Well, I'd like to see the replay of that one. What a play that was. Wow. Choi with the dime. Thompson just says, 감사합니다. What a dunk. Because Jun Young Choi, a member of the Korean national team, Dion Thompson actually plays for the Ivory Coast. So two players with a wealth of experience in FIBA international basketball.
Official score, all 10.
Well, the score now is locked up 10 apiece. This is going to be a very tactical game of basketball. Defensively, both teams very well organized. They know how to match up with each other. Of course, well, what another dime. Finding by Hedy on the back toe, but he misses the wide open layup. And here comes KCC Egis. Looking to take the lead. Lee trying to penetrate. Finds Choi, he'll fire up a three. This one's up, no good. But now Gorgan trying to reassert themselves. Young off one screen, nowhere to go here. Now goes baseline. Well, Young's got time and space, he'll fire the three, it's up, and it's good. Giving Gorgan a three-point lead. Well, Mike Young filling the confidence early on. You can see he's becoming a problem for KCC Egis' defense. McKinney throws this one down low. Thompson looking for an ISO. Good defense by Mudgee. Thompson goes for a tough fadeaway, can't get it. And now Gorgan looking to break. Trying to go coast to coast, can't get it. Now that's going to be possession back to KCC. Now, interesting here for KCC Egis, when they play in the Korean Basketball League, the import players, which in this case, it's McKinney along with Deon Thompson, they actually cannot play on the court at the same time. Those rules also apply in the CBA. So now it's a case where you got import players, which is a very unusual situation for them to be on the court at the same time. Choi from the mid-range with a hand in his face. But no problem for Jun-Young Choi. Cutting the lead down to 1 point. Another foul has been called, so Gorgan will go to the free throw line. Oh, Cherry put the moves on. There was the penetration, nowhere to go on that play. Well, Will Cherry, originally from Oakland, California, went to Montana, University of Montana, that was. Now, he wasn't drafted in the NBA, never played in the NBA, but he started in the G League with the Canton Charge, and briefly had his stint, I must say. I say he never played, but briefly was a part of the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2014, but then decided to move out to Lithuania, where he started his pro career in Europe. As he makes both free throws. Again, KCC Egis trying to make things happen with this dribble handoff offense. Lee pump fakes. Finds Thompson, doesn't take many threes, but this one will go in. That's beautiful, patient execution by the champions of the Korean Basketball League. Thompson now up to 7 points, hitting his first three-point field goal. It's now Young looking to ISO. Left wide, Mudgee wide open. Big man goes up, and he gets it going inside the paints. All the bigs exchanging field goals inside the key, causing problems for each other at the moment. Now McKinney looks for the ISO, bumps to Cherry. The foul's gonna be called on the ground, so no free throws coming up here for KCC Egis. This will be a baseline ball. Well, there was the bump there. That's the right call by the referee because he wasn't in the process of shooting. Now, it's not going to be a base, it's a sideline ball because the foul was committed above the free throw line. Gorgan leading by 2 points. Thompson side leg, gets rejected. Well, what a block shot, but the follow-up is good. Well, Mudgee won't want to know that he may have got the assist on that one, but the block was still phenomenal. Both teams locked in again at 17, just over 3 minutes. Young penetrates baseline, finds Cherry. Time winded down, Vahedi's got to make something, but he stumbles it. Wow, it's going to remain Gorgan ball. Now there's 9/10 of a second left on the shot clock, so Gorgan's not going to call a timeout. Cherry gets inbound, final seconds. Well, he had it on target, couldn't get it. And now KCC Egis looking to take the lead for the first time. Choi penetrates down the middle, spins, shuts up, and he's going to the free throw line. That would have been an and-1. We like the move there by Choi. Again, showing the ability. The big man, he stands at just over 200 centimeters. That's roughly between 6'7" and 6'8". Well, Jun-Young Choi, originally from Daegu in Korea, went to Yonsei University, started his pro career in 2016 in the capital city of Seoul with the SK Seoul Knights. And she was recovering from a brief injury last season in the KBL, but only just joined the Busan KCC Egis this season, helping them win a championship in the final against Suwon. He makes both free throws. Ball change coming in for KCC Egis. As Lee Gunhui coming into the game. Backup point guard coming out of the game is Ung Heo. Well, Cherry breaks him on the spot, goes in. What a move. Well, no help side defense coming in to recover. Again, nothing to separate these two teams here in the first quarter. Thompson pump fakes. Oh, they called a traveling violation. Well, he had Jonathan Hamilton up in the air with the pump fake, but Deon Thompson turns it over. Now they have to find their momentum, play by play at the moment. Well, Hamilton, the American who's, excuse me, my apologies, the Trinidadian who's just checked into the game. Spent last season playing in Turkey with Bursaspor. McKinney down the middle, McKinney goes in, gets rejected. Well, Hamilton just said, not in my house. Well, look, he elevated over the Dubai sky with the big time block. That was quite something there from Jonathan Hamilton. We saw him do that in Turkey last season. But now Cherry, time, space, three is up, three is beautifully tucked away, giving Gorgan a three-point lead. KCC Egis pay the price, going underneath the screen on the defense. They have to remember, players like Cherry, Young, they can all light it up from the perimeter. Now Junyoung Choi looking for an ISO. Goes in from the mid-range, shot is up, that's way off the mark. Well, here comes Gorgan, leading by three. Cherry going all the way, hangs in the air, can't get it. Well, he had numbers. And here comes KCC Egis. They'll pull it for a three, they can tie it up. Well, did they need to take a three in transition? Both teams failing to capitalize in transition. I think you can see the look of disappointment there. They had two opportunities, both teams. Gorgan could have extended their lead to double possessions. Well, again, Cherry fumbles it. And now KCC Egis going to potentially cut it down to a one-point ball game. Maybe tied up with a three-pointer. Thompson's made 1-3, goes for another one. And that's not good enough. Just under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Gorgan still holding on to a three-point lead. Not a lot that separated both teams. Kazemi looking for a handoff. Time winding down here on the shot clock. Has to put up a tough three-pointer, can't get it. Now the rebound has been secured. 9 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Well, Lee throws it away. He's gonna try and finish this one, and he finishes a layup, and now it's a 5-point lead to Gorgan. KCC Egis' offense, nothing working here at the moment. They have to find the belief. Well, McKinney goes baseline. Hamilton's gonna get called for the foul. He felt he got all the ball. The referee thought otherwise. 2 free throws coming up for KCC Egis. Well, he does get all ball at first. The problem is he comes from the side, he follows through, and I'd have to agree with the referee. I think that's a foul. But now McKinney will shoot 2 free throws. And Alfonso McKinney, another former NBA player, briefly played with the Cleveland Cavaliers, Golden State Warriors, and the Los Angeles Lakers, as well as the Chicago Bulls. But he played professionally last season in Italy for Dinamo Sassari. 8.2 seconds left. Gorgan will get the final shot. You know one thing, this is going to be ISO mode coming from Will Cherry. Well, Cherry's got to go quick. 3 seconds left. Pulls up, 3 is up, doesn't get it. Hamilton trying to follow for the rebound. But that is the end of the first quarter, where Shahrdary Gorgan lead this one by 4 points, 24-20 against KCC Egis, the champions of the Korean Basketball League. Well, we're going to take a look at the statistics from the first quarter, and then we will show you the top highlights. But so far, not a lot to separate these two teams in game day 1 of the 2024 Basketball Champions League Asia. Well, you can see both teams trying to get things going from the perimeter. 50% so far for KCC Egis. They indeed have missed 5 out of 9 of their field goals coming from inside the rainbow. But now we'll take a look at the best plays from the first quarter. Right from the get-go, you knew it was going to be a tough encounter between these two teams. Both teams exchanging field goals. Already Alfonso McKinney finding his confidence from downtown. That's a very exemplary form of Korean basketball. They like to play from the perimeter, but who can deny Maji, the big man for Gorgan? Iran basketball renowned for its superiority inside the paint. If you don't believe me, just look up a man called Shahrdary. But again, both teams complement each other different ways. There was a dime by Choi, finding Dion Thompson, who just threw it down with authority. Well, Thompson so far got it going early on. I mean, he was playing some good basketball, but a little bit too quiet towards the end of the first quarter. Will Cherry as well. He likes to play in the open court. He loves to play that quick tempo. One thing we haven't seen too much is right here, Vahedi converting the turnover to a fast break point. Something we expect to see. Well, welcome and hello to all of our international basketball fans who've joined us on FIBA's YouTube platform for this game in the BCL Asia. If you're watching, please, can you hit the like button on this stream? And also, make sure you follow BCL Asia on all social media platforms of X, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. But please, like this live stream if you can. Choi looking to give this one up. Foul has been called. Well, the foul is on Navid Rezavar. That's his second personal foul. McKinney goes baseline, look out below. Well, another foul's gonna be called against Jonathan Hamilton. Hamilton felt he got old ball. Well, Hamilton had to come over and react to be in the help side, but that's his second personal foul. Now they've got a choice to make whether they want to keep him in the game. Well, Zadi gets the blocking time. I just wonder if Hamilton doesn't come over. I think he avoids the foul altogether in my mind. Well, McKinney carrying the free throw line. Again, he's going to have a very big game here this evening. Well, slightly cutting down the deficit. 2 points separates these two teams. You got the feeling this game could go right to the end, but Cherry just going straight to the bucket. Well, that's what we call a defensive mismatch. KCC Egis getting exploited. Probably the area they're going to struggle is in the backcourt here against Gorgan. Choi finding Lee off the pick and roll. Lee going quickly off the backboard. Well, Lee was a member of the Korean national team at the 2021 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers in the Philippines at the Clark City Bubble. Sporadically in and out, has featured for the Korean national team. But he is a very trustworthy, hard-working player to have in the lineup. Maji trying to isolate. Another turnover. Choi comes up with it. And now KCC Egis looking to tie up the game. McKinney pump fakes. Step back, mid-range is up, just can't get it. Cherry scores the rebound. The foul's been committed by KCC Egis. And the foul's gonna be committed by Lee Guanhui. Gorgan looking to extend the lead. Cherry here now, looking to ISO, step back three, Lee, hand his face, doesn't get the and one, but he's going to the free throw line. Oh, so switches on defense. KCC Egis just cannot afford to have at the moment. Well, Lee just slightly overcommitted himself. Right there, I mean, he's just, again. Oh, no, my apologies. No, the foul's not on Lee. It's off the ball. So I felt the foul was on Lee when he had to defend Cherry, but actually was off the ball. So Gorgan now with 10 here on the shot clock. Well, they called a traveling violation. Will Cherry got inside the lane, but he lost his balance. So great defense. Well, that is Song Kyo Chung. You almost thought he was going to get called for a foul, but referees are happy to let play continue. Choi now getting a handoff. Well, trying to go back door, but it was too predictable. Now Cherry's got numbers, but he's going to finish this one, extending Gorgan's lead back to 4 points. And KCC Egis, they're going to call timeout. Too many costly turnovers to put them in this situation, but it's only a 4-point deficit. And Cherry had no problem finishing this one. Will Cherry now currently 13 points, leading the way with 1 rebound. But KCC Egis, they've got to try and turn this around. Their offense, the dribble handoff's working well, but they've got to find other ways to score. Well, we're going to go in and listen to what the coaches have to say during this timeout to get their thoughts. Let's listen up. Well, as we mentioned, 13 points already tonight here for Will Cherry. The man who's just coming off the back of a very good season, of course, playing with the likes of MRP Riesen-Leverkusen in Germany. Well, hello and welcome to all of our fans currently watching live. This is the 2024 inaugural tournament of the Basketball Champions League of Asia. If you are watching, please make sure you hit the like button on this live stream on YouTube. Subscribe to FIBA, but also make sure you follow BCL Asia on all social media platforms of Instagram, X, Facebook, and TikTok to get all the best news and content. Well, Cherry causing problems, but he turns it right back over. Now KCC Egis. So they've given an official reset on the shot clock at 24 seconds, excuse me, for KCC Egis, but they trail by 4 points. But that bigger issue right now at the moment, they've got to take care of the basketball. Choi coming off the double high screen, keeps it in his hand, but he turns it over yet again. Well, they just can't take care of the basketball. Gorgan looking to punish. Another foul's committed. Well, it's the same story here for KCC Egis. Stability looking very fragile here in the backcourt.
Second personal, number 19. Third team foul.
3 team fouls already here for KCC Egis in the second quarter. Second personal against number 19, Lee Guanhui. Gorgan looking for their biggest lead of the game. Young inside the paint, pulls up. Front iron, can't get it. Choi with a rebound. Thompson from the mid-range takes this one. Nothing dropping, nobody going in for an offensive rebound. The slightly smaller lineup means if you bring Thompson away from the basket, it does leave you vulnerable. But Gorgan as well, not converting the three-pointers. That's going to be a blocking foul. And that's going to be the third team foul against Gorgan here in the second quarter. The blocking fouls against Will Cherry, so Jonathan Hamilton will come back into the game. Gorgan also making another change. There's Navid Razaefar also coming back in. I think they're going to go smaller now. Monchi comes out. Sideline ball to KCC Egis, trailing by 4 points. Just under 7 minutes here in the first half. Only go for another three. This one's up, no good. Nothing dropping. Gorgan happy to slow the tempo down, trying to get into their half-court set. Young looking for the ISO, twisting, turning in and around, but another foul's gonna be called. Well, every time Mike Young has the ball in his hands, you can see the KCC Egis defense. I mean, they're ready to collapse. And what this means for Gorgan is they should be able to free up some open looks on the perimeter, but along with Vahedi, not many people have been able to get going from the three-point line this evening. Change now for KCC Egis as Ung Heo comes back in. He was the starting point guard for this game. Well, again, I can see we have many fans tuning in here on the live YouTube chat, so let us know which team are you supporting. Are you supporting Shahrdary Gorgan, or are you supporting KCC Egis from Busan, Korea? Well, Hamilton tips it out of bounds. The Koreans will get it back. Suffocating defense. The rotations, the picking up. Trademark DNA of Korean basketball. We've seen this many times with national teams as well as in the Korean Basketball League. Well, Hamilton with the steal. Look out below. Here we go. Throws it down with two hands. Oh, Hamilton just put his hand in the cookie jar and had a free runway. Well, he made that look easy. Thompson looking for an ISO. Senses the mismatch. Another turnover coming. Now Hamilton's chasing him, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. Well, it's fair to say at the moment, KCC Egis are choking under intense pressure. They just cannot take care of the basketball. Well, Jung-Young Choi checking back in for KCC Egis. Right now, just trying to find any formula that will help them. It's a team full of Korean players currently on the floor, no imports. No Alfonso McKinney, no Dion Thompson. Now they trail by 8 points. Biggest lead of the game here for Gorgan. Oh, what a time, are you kidding me? Jung-Young Choi, this guy's become Korean magic. What a pass. Well, Young getting away with a few steps there, but he went on the ISO and another turnover. And at the moment, KCC Egis just inviting Gorgan to take this game over. 5:08 to go in the game, 10-point lead to Gorgan. Right now, you could argue it's just been a solid invitation for a buffet. Gorgan just getting the slim pickings on every turnover, and they're punishing them. Well, timeout called. Can the champions of the KBL, the Korean Basketball League, can they turn this around? That is going to be the question right now. Well, we're going to momentarily go in and listen to what the coaches have to say to find out what can they do to try and turn this around. It's a 10-point deficit. It's not a big one. But with 5:08, they've got to find some inspiration. I mean, here was a turnover. Hamilton putting his hand in the passing lane and just had a free runway. Well, that's like a left-handed layup for most people on the planet, but again, where it's gone wrong for KCC Egis, they just cannot take care of the basketball. Every turnover is resulting into fast break points conversion from Gorgan. Well, there is the social media team of the FIBA Asia. Of course, the man behind that, Mr. TK, who has been the brains behind everything you see on the social media platforms for not only FIBA Asia, but also the BCL Asia. And again, a big credit to FIBA as well as the regional zone of FIBA Asia for coming together and putting the Basketball Champions League and bring it here to Dubai for the inaugural season. Remember, it's a rebrand of the former historic FIBA Asia Champions Cup, now coming out as BCL Asia. McKinney's back in the game. Lee for a three in the corner, that won't drop, and now Gorgan Again, they're on a run of confidence. Young kicks out, another three coming up. This one's up, rolls its way in and out, but the offensive rebound's good. But again, no reaction here from KCC Egis. Another wide open three is up, no good. Well, Gorgan now forcing another turnover. Kazemi, one more pass, finds Hamilton, goes in. Foul has been committed, so Jonathan Hamilton will go to the free throw line. Well, that was a transition play. Kazemi trying to be unselfish. But that's one thing you got to know about Jonathan Hamilton, wherever he has played on the planet. I mean, he has played for some very high-profile clubs. He started in the NBA G League after leaving UT Arlington, but then went to play in Turkey for Darüşşafaka back in 2019. Had some experience playing in the FIBA Basketball Champions League in Europe, most recently with Bursaspor before joining the Beirut club in Lebanon. Originally from Trinidad and Tobago, from Rio Claro, standing at 213 centimeters, roughly 7 feet. Well, short in the corner, trying to get things going. Nothing dropping here for KCC Egis. They trail by 11 points. Young bumps, goes in, gets the ad one. Well, Young is just taking this game over at the moment. Well, the difference here between these two teams, the backcourt, whether it's Will Cherry, Mike Young, ISO mode. There's a bump against Heo Ung. And just a simple kiss off the bank. Well, Young has been unstoppable so far in this game. 13 points. Currently top scorer on the floor. If you look at the 5 players on the floor for KCC Egis, only Alfonso McKinney is their leading scorer with 8 points. Well, can KCC Egis find some momentum? Down by 14, McKinney for another 3, back iron. Fighting for offensive rebounds. Well, that's gonna be a kickball violation. Sideline ball with a fresh 14. We like the idea. They go to this dribble handoff offense to try and find any split between the middle. But it's becoming a little bit too predictable. Gorgan, they know where the ball wants to go. Choi finds McKinney. McKinney down low to Lee, and that's going to be a blocking foul. That's going to be the 14th foul here against Gorgan. I think you heard the reaction from Kazemi. I don't think he agrees with the call. Let's have a look at the replay. Well, it's a 50-50. It's a tough one. The question is, I'm going to agree with the referee. Now, it's a 50-50 in my mind. Does he get there quickly and does he cement position? Yes. But does he stand his ground? No. You can see when he's trying to take the charge, he puts his momentum into McKinney. That's the right call by the referee. Well, timeout's going to be called by Gorgan as they lead this one by 14 with 3:25 to go here in the first half. This is game day 1, second game of the day here of the Basketball Champions League of Asia. And after 8 seasons when the BCL commenced in Europe, then it went to North, Central, South America, and now finally it's made here in Asia. Let's listen now to what the coaches have to say. Welcome back, basketball fans. 3:24 to go here in this first half between Shahrdary Gorgan, the champions of Iran, also of the FIBA Wassel in the Gulf region, against the champions of the Korean Basketball League, KCC Egis. Remember, if you want to follow all the best highlights, action, both on and off the court, make sure you follow the BCL Asia on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. And a 5-second violation. Oh, sound like a broken record, but KCC Egis choking under intense pressure at the moment. They just cannot get into any rhythm. But they've got to find a way now to try and stay in this one before the halftime break. Kazemi finds Young. Young scores problems so far. And again, in and around the defense. I mean, he's putting on a clinic at the moment. Well, Mike Young has come ready to play here. Oh, McKinney, another turnover. And this is becoming a calamity. Young twisting now, bumping all the way. Give this man an MVP. He's been terrific so far. But can KCC Egis? Oh, that's a good look. They got to finish this one. And you can't blame them. It's a wide open three. But they just can't get it to convert. Gorgan looking to go up by 20. Wide open three. This place is going to go wild. But it doesn't go in. KCC Egis, they just seem like they're out of rhythm here at the moment. Lee goes in. Probably got away with a push-off there offensively. And that's going to be the 15th foul against Gorgan. So 2 free throws coming up. And he's got to be thinking halftime. He's got to get his team into the changing room. Well, you could argue it should have been an offensive foul called. Well, the foul was on Amir Hossein Azari. So the big man Moji checking back in for the Iranians. Well, currently the free throw line here for KCC Egis, Lee Ho-hyun did start this game in the backcourt for the champions of the KBL. So he makes both free throws. Now it's plays like this, KCC Egis, they've got to rely on their defense. Korean basketball, renowned many years of we've seen over in the FIBA Asia Cup for being a defensively minded basketball country when it comes to that matter. But now Joe Young inside the lane, too easy. Monji's unable to get the offensive board. KCC Egis, they'll get the ball back. Oh, lead bumps now. Should that count? Did the ball touch the backboard before the block? Let's have a look at the replay. Should this be an and one? Well, that's very tough to see from that angle. Can we get a better view here? Does it touch the backboard before the block? I don't think so, you know. So I think that's a good play. Now, if it touches the backboard, then it's blocked, you can count it. But then the case the referee is saying is that the ball wasn't necessarily on its way down, why it wasn't called for goaltending. So, good decision by the officials. As Lee Ho-hyun back at the free throw line here for the champions of Korea. Makes them both. The charity stripe is off at a 4-0 run for KCC Egis. But again, they have to rely on the defense. Trying to play in this 2-3 zone defense. Interesting, they have Choi at the top of the zone. Cherry looking to penetrate. Down low. Oh, good deep. Well, no, it's going to remain possession. Now, I think the officials may review this. So the decision has been overturned. So the zone defense actually giving a little bit of life here to KCC Egis. Choi going for a high post up. Turns around, nice little move. He's got to finish this one. McKinney crashed the boards to get a second chance. Another three is up, beautifully tucked away. And could that maybe, just maybe, give this team a bit of belief? They were down by 18, they've cut it down to 11. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Well, Gorgan getting ready to make a change is now Jonathan Hamilton's coming back in for the Iranians. Also coming back in, Iran national team player Sina Vahedi. Well, now it's a matchup man-to-man defense. Another turnover now. Here comes McKinney. They have numbers. But again, he went for the pass. They had a 3-on-2, and they turned it over. Kazemi now finds Hamilton. Hamilton pump face goes up. He finishes it. Well, that bucket could be so instrumental right now here for Gorgan, because if they get a stop here, this will be a 2-for-1. Well, they're trying to run this down. 9 seconds difference between game and shot clock. McKinney looking for the ISO. Got it by Kazemi. The foul's going to be called against Jonathan Hamilton. Well, KCC are in the penalty, so now any foul will send him to the free throw line. Well, a bit of a lock up there between Lee and Jonathan Hamilton. This could be Hamilton's third personal foul. So a timeout call by Gorgan. 15.9 seconds left. They lead by 13.
حالا که اتفاقی نیفتاده بود اصلا یه مدلی چیزی میخوایم بگیم که چهار بگو همینا رو چهار خطایی کسی ریسک نمیکنه همه سویچ میکنن all switch bro I can't do nothing about that I'm physical player I can't do nothing about that همه دو ارسلان پاس واسه نبی سینا واسه بی سینا واسه بی هر اتفاق افتاد خودش زمانم 16 ثانیه just 16
Well, Alfonso McKinney's got to find a way to get himself in this game. They need him to get between 20 and 30 points. Same goes for Jun Young Choi as well. Of course, many of these players weren't actually a part of the championship team that did beat Sun Won in the finals of the KBL this season. But now currently at the free throw line here for KCC Egis, Lee Sun-hyung. Stands roughly at 197 centimeters. That's roughly 6'6". Many international fans remember when he played for the Korean national team in 2021 at the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers in the Philippines Clark City bubble. Trying to go off the backboard. Final shot here for Gorgan. Just over 10 seconds. They lead by 12. This is Will Cherry time now. Final seconds. Cherry, hand his face. Three is up. Can't get it to tip it. No good. Wow, Gorgan. That was like having a free lunch on the plate, but they couldn't finish it. But that is the end of the first half. Where Gorgan lead by 12. KCC Egis. They need some soul searching because the problem they have, we've seen it in the first half, too many costly turnovers. Well, we are going to take a look at some of the key statistics in this game, and then we're going to leave you with the top plays as we relive the best moments of the first half. Well, it's been inspiring plays so far for the champions from Iran. I mean, they have played fantastic so far, but the interesting thing about Gorgan, they've only hit 2 3-pointers. Currently shooting 2 for 12 from the perimeter, but they are 17 for 25 from an inside the rainbow. Likewise, only 33% from downtown for KCC. Rebounds going in favor of the Iranians, but that could change in the second half. KCC Egis, they've got to come out with a bit more fire. They've got a problem right now. Joe Young, 18 points, has been simply putting on a clinic along with a combined total of 31 with him and Will Cherry. But now it's time to look at the key moments as we relive the best moments of the first half. Well, you just have to appreciate two countries, rich, beautiful basketball history, Korea and Iran. Many times they've battled in FIBA Asian Cups with the national teams, but now it's about clubs here at the Basketball Champions League of Asia. Well, the first quarter, there was nothing to separate either of these two teams. I mean, KCC Egis, look at the diamond from Choi. 2 dimes he's made tonight that have been simply sublime prime dimes, finishing with BEA beautiful dunks. Dion Thompson, the man who plays for Cote d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast. It's been the Will Cherry show along with Joe Young. Those two are just having a field day, getting everything and anything they want on the floor. Well, here was Sina Vahidi getting the transition bucket off the KCC Egis turnover. Well, the dribble handoff offense culminated with a pick and roll. It's had its moments, but they've got to take care of the rock. Every turnover, you know it's going to be one outcome. It's going to be a transition play from Gorgan. And the Iranian powerhouse. Again, here you can see as well from Jonathan Hamilton from Trinidad and Tobago, throwing it down with a bit of authority. Well, Gorgan in control. They lead by 12. Led by this man, Joe Young, 18 points. He's been on fire. He's been unstoppable. And a lot to think about here for KCC Egis. One of the 4 3-pointers they've hit here in the first half. They've got to find a way collectively to build each other. Defensively, they've got to figure out not only how to stop the backcourt, but also the front court play of players like Jonathan Hamilton. Well, that is the end of the first half. We will be back in just under 12 minutes, the first ever year of the Basketball Champions League of Asia. Welcome back, basketball fans. Second half about to get underway here between KCC Egis, the champions of the Korean Basketball League, against the champions, or potential champions of the Iranian Super League, Shahrdary Gorgan. Well, the talking point so far in this game has been 13 turnovers here from the Koreans, a team who won the Korean Basketball League Championship, but only averaged 9 turnovers per game, and they're well over their average. So far, this team right now, they need to find that inspiration. The players so far have been leading. The points production predominantly has come from Deon Thompson and Alfonso McKinney, combined total of 15 points between them. But on the other hand, for Shahrdary Gorgan, 31 combined points between Will Cherry and Joe Young. The backcourt duo has been causing way too many problems. But now it's a new half, a new start, and it's only a 12-point deficit. KCC Egis, they need to find a way collectively on both ends of the floor to turn this around. Well, Jung-Young Choi, the Korean national team player who's had some good moments so far in this game. Well, this is the inaugural tournament of the Basketball Champions League, finally making its way here to Asia. It started in Europe from FIBA back in 2016, made its way to Northern, Central, and Southern America, and now finally here to Asia. Champions from all the top domestic leagues, Japan, Korea, China, not to mention the champions of the FIBA Wasl, and as well as the 2 teams who went through the Basketball Champions League Asia qualifiers. Gorgan will kick things back underway. They lead by 12. Well, Young getting inside the key, and again, it's too easy. Well, again, they fumble that one, and they get an offensive rebound. Young, time, space, 3 is up, 3 is good. Well, I don't know who's at fault there, KCC Egis or Gorgan, because Joe Young easily got his way to the bucket off the pick and roll. And KCC Egis too slow to react on the loose ball. McKinney penetrates, can't finish. Monji gets the rebound. Gorgan looking to extend the lead. Finds Will Cherry off the kick out. 3 is up, and again, back-to-back triples coming from Shahrdary Gorgan. Well, picking up right where they left off in the first half. Make that 31 combined total now up to 37. McKinney trying to ISO, throws a tough pass. Thompson gets a loose ball, no one to pass to. Final seconds. Hyo does good, he splits the defense, and he finishes off the backboard. Well, Hyo-ung, again, looks like he's maybe favoring something there. I don't know if he's picked up an injury of some sort. Foul's gonna be called off the ball. Gorgan breaking down the defense pass, and oh my goodness! Well, Maji was prepared to take a body. Thompson was prepared to give up a foul. For sure, he didn't want to put himself on a highlight. It's going to be 2 free throws. Nice execution. Well, Maji went up. He had one thing on his mind. And now he will go to the free throw line here for Gorgan. Salam Manji, currently 27 years of age. Prior to playing for Gorgan, he actually came from Kemnidor. We started with the Iranian under-16 national team. Whoa. May have just turned down the temperature with that free throw. Well, he averaged just under 7 points per game in the FIBA Wasl this season in 11 games. Also played with some of the big powerhouses of Iranian basketball. Started with Petrohimi in his pro career back in 2015. Another 3 coming up from KCC Egis. McKinney now, that's a little too short, and now Gorgan trying to go quickly, but an interception by Alfonso McKinney. Now can the champions of the KBL. Choi with the 3, that's gonna be a little bit off. But Gorgan, you can see they just want this game a little bit more. They're just a little bit more hungry. Young penetrates, a foul's gonna be called on the ground. So no free throws coming up here for Gorgan. KCC Egis, they're being challenged at the moment. 17-point deficit. The biggest lead of the game has been 18 from Gorgan in the first half. And now they're just toying with the defense. It's way too easy. Biggest lead of the game. Cherry with the wide open layup inside the zone. Choi looking for an ISO. Goes to the mid-range, and that's the point he's got to take over. He's a great passer, possibly the best point forward you're going to get in Korea. But now they need him to be a scorer. Playing a very high 3-2 zone. Cherry down the middle. Thompson comes up with a loose ball. Now KCC Egis. McKinney goes in, Eurostep. He'll finish, and now it's a 4-0 run for the Korean Basketball League champions. Alfonso McKinney just spreading his scoring slightly bigger here at the moment. Another turnover. Well, a bit of belief here from KCC Egis. Alfonso McKinney, the only player at the moment here for the Koreans who's in double digits. 10 points tonight. Goes in with a teardrop. Can he get the drop? And now it's a 6-0 run. Cutting it down to a 13-point ball game. Every offense needs to be patience exhibited here by KCC Egis. But Gorgan again have no problem breaking down the zone. It's way too easy for Joe Young. Well, they give him the voice of a heady, but it's actually Joe Young who scored. Well, they come over the double team. Now it's a wide open three. It's up, beautifully iced away. It's back where we started at the beginning of the second half, a 12-point deficit. And again, KCC is staying in this 3-2 zone with Choi at the top. Another three by Gorgan, no good. Another offensive rebound by Monji. Monji goes in, can't finish it. Well, he had a wide open look. Can they cut it down to 10 points? Maybe 9 points with a three. Thompson finds McKinney, wide open, three is up, no good. And look how quickly Gorgan get the ball ahead as Joe Young finishes this one, extending Gorgan's lead back to 14. Well, it could be the mental, maybe the physical fatigue settling in here for KCC Egis. Choi's mid-range, gets the and one, and he's going to the free throw line. Well, Young Jung Choi at the moment becoming automatic from the mid-range. But Eddie's gonna leave the game. He'll take a slight breather. So Navid Rasafayar coming back into the game for Gorgan. Converts a free throw. Another penetration by Cherry, another foul. Well, the problem right now for KCC is there's too many penetrations against his own defense. Right now, the zone's not working hard enough. Both Will Cherry, Joe Young, they're finding everything. Any gap, they're exploiting. And if they're gonna stay in the 3-2 zone, the front three, they've got to work harder. It's as simple as that. Will Cherry making the first free throw. Well, what a wealth of experience playing for some of the top teams in Greece, Italy, also played in Germany. Lane violation on the free throw. Still a 12-point lead to Gorgan. 4:59 to go here in the third quarter. got to go to Choi. Choi's got it by Cherry. Another foul's going to be called. Interesting here with 4:43. That's only the second team foul against Gorgan. Now remember, KCC, they've already committed 14 fouls, so they can't give away any more. Well, Will Cherry cannot afford to give those fouls away because Choi is not necessarily going to beat him in the backcourt. But if you're KCC, you want to get Choi better positioning inside the paint because he seems to be the player at the moment that Gorgan struggled to defend. 5 seconds now for Alfonso McKinney. McKinney penetrates, stumbles it, turns it over. Nothing working here right now. But Gorgan looking to punish. That one takes a deflection, goes out of bounds, remains possession to Gorgan on the sideline. Only go for three in the corner. Three is up, no good. McKinney with a rebound. Came in from the weak side. McKinney looking for an ISO. Double team comes over from Hamilton. Wow, it's going to be Case. No, yeah, Gorgan ball. And Alfonso McKinney at the moment struggling to break down his isolation against the Gorgan defense. Hamilton came over for the double team. Right now, they've got to find ways collectively to try and do it together on offense. And again, they stay in this 3-2 zone defense. Behetti penetrates. Kicks out, wide open three, can't get it. And now KCC Egis can penetrate. Behind the back, finds Thompson, good passing. Down low, finds Choi, pump face, goes up. Oh, they've called a traveling violation. Well, it's probably the right decision. Probably, let's have a look here. 1, 2. Yeah, I think that's the right call. I mean, he's traveled just as he stepped into making the pot, receiving it, excuse me. The argument you can make, though, you've seen that happen a few times tonight where it's gone uncalled, so that's probably where the disappointment is. But again, easily breaking down the 3-2 zone defense. A nice pass, he'll go coast to coast, and much better play by KCC Egis in transition. Well, the Koreans, every team in the KBL and the national team, they're renowned for their very high tempo play. We haven't seen it so far this evening. Good hands on defense. Now Hale's gonna try to finish this one. Bit of a bump, goes up, gets the and one. And Young Aseo getting into this game. That might be the first time tonight we've seen KCC Egis convert a Gorgan turnover into a quick fast break points. Going down the lane, he just said, Kanchana, Gamsam Hamnida. And he's able to convert the three-point play. Well, again, they've cut it down to a 12-point deficit. Just under 2:45 here in the third quarter. Young penetrates again, inside the key, can't get it. Hamilton offensive rebound, can't finish. Nothing going in. Thompson, the only player battling here. Azari in the lane. Can they get the wide open three? It's up, beautifully tucked away. Well, that's a case there. KCC Egis just don't get a rebound. That has been the story of the game. Well, KCC are gonna call timeout. Well, there's advantages and disadvantages to playing a 2-3 zone. Right there was a classic case. Well, again, basketball fans watching live, before we listen to the coaches, make sure you follow BCL Asia on all social media platforms. If you want to follow all the best content, both on and off the court, go and follow BCL Asia on Instagram, X, Facebook, and TikTok. And also, if you can, please give this live YouTube stream a like, and also subscribe to FIBA on YouTube as well, please. .225 to go here in the third quarter. And at the moment, KCC Egis is almost becoming a roller coaster of emotions for them. Well, they've remained very principled, staying in this very high 3-2 zone defense, but Gorgan's had no problems breaking it down. The team who currently play in the finals of the Iranian Super League. They had a magnificent season in the FIBA Wassel this year. But Gorgan lead by 12. KCC Egis now trying to find something here in their offense. They don't know where to go again. Another turnover. Defense read that like a textbook. Azari goes in, bit of contact. Now it's a 14-point ball game with under 2 minutes here in the third quarter. Another one, throwing it right away. Young comes up with it. Young goes up, bit of contact, and all of a sudden a 4-0 run. 16-point lead to Gorgan. Well, it's looking like KCC Egis in the first half. They just cannot take care of the basketball. Lead bumps. Foul's gonna be called on the ground. That's gonna be the fourth and final team foul against Gorgan here in the third quarter. Interestingly about KCC Egis, they picked up their fourth team foul just under 7 minutes in the third quarter. They've yet to commit a foul since then. But Gorgan still had the momentum in the 16-point lead, so they won't argue from that perspective. Now we're in the 10 of the shot clock. Choice mid-range off the dribble, just doesn't get the roll on it. And Gorgan threw it away. Jonathan Hamilton too strong on the outlet. Well, he was trying to find Vahedi on the transition, but just a bit of miscommunication between the Gorgan players. Thompson trying to get a post up. And that's the fifth and final team foul, so KCC will go to the free throw line. Well, Deon Thompson did the right thing, went for the very tough post up. You got to think with a minute to go here, can KCC keep going to the free throw line? Deon Thompson, originally from Torrance, California, went to the University of North Carolina. Well, he's been a champion at very much every club he's played at. Lithuania, Serbia, Germany as well, and Slovenia. Well, he just spent the past season playing in the Japanese B-League with the Shinshu Brave Warriors, who did get relegated from the B-League. Prior to that, he played in Turkey for Tofaş Bursa. Well, interesting that he played last season. Him and Jonathan Hamilton would have played in the Bursa Derby. Young with a wide open threat again. Punishes KCC Egis. Joe Young, he's been terrific tonight. Well, the shot clock didn't start, so it's gone down to 20 seconds. 49.6 left here in the game. And an 18-point lead to Gorgan. Sideline ball coming up there for KCC Egis. Trailer by 18. Another quarter to go after this. Well, they're going to get called for 5 seconds, but they get it inbound with Lee. Potential 2-for-1 here for the Koreans. Hill penetrates. Another foul's going to be called. That one's going to be against Jonathan Hamilton, yep. Well, that's going to be Hamilton's 4th personal foul. So they're probably going to have to take him out of the game now. Well, there's a foul right there, the push. I think if Hamilton hadn't pushed him, well, no, I don't think the foul is going to be called against Hamilton. Well, they've said the foul, Lee wasn't shooting the ball. Unless, have they called the foul away from the ball? That's what I want to know. Well, no, it says Ung Hyo drew the foul, so not quite sure what's happened. A timeout's going to be called. Well, 2 free throws coming up now here for KCC Egis, but the free throws are not going to be shot by. So the foul is actually called against Sina Vaedi. So the foul is not against Jonathan Hamilton. So that was where the confusion was. So Lee Sung-hyun will go to the free throw line. One loves to go off the backboard. He's only ever played for 2 teams in the Korean Basketball League. Played 8 seasons for Go-Young Orion Orions. He's now currently here in his 2nd season with KCC Egis. Cutting it down to a 16-point ball game. Gorgan still in control of this. KCC still staying in his zone. Hamilton pump fakes, goes up. He draws a foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. Well, it's just been too easy so far here for Gorgan. I mean, they penetrate, they break the zone defense down. It's caused too many problems. So Jonathan Hamilton returns to the charity stripe. Well, speaking with Jonathan Hamilton pregame, he talks about the development of his international game when he played many seasons in Turkey. Of course, prior to coming to Gorgan, did spend a bit of time playing for Beirut Club in Lebanon. Of course, everywhere he's played, he's become a fan favorite, and no doubt the fans in Iran, they're going to love him for sure. 3 seconds difference between game and shot clock. McKinney looking for the ISO. Nowhere to go here. Finds Thompson, goes up. And where has Dion Thompson been? The 2009 NCAA champion. Getting his first field goal in the 3rd quarter. Young, final shot, can't get it. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. We got 10 minutes coming up. Game day 1 of the Basketball Champions League of Asia. Currently, the champions of Iran right now having their way against the champions of the Korean Basketball League. Gorgan, they lead this one 74-58. There are your statistics so far. KCC Egis only 5 3-point field goals at the moment, but 23 field goals from within inside the rainbow for Gorgan. That has been the difference between these two teams. But you got to ask why. KCC Egis, they want to stay in a 3-2 zone. And Gorgan, well, they're just breaking it down. They're getting open looks on the perimeter, but also they are dissecting that 3-2 defense down. Penetration after penetration, getting the ball inside the key. Well, they've got to turn this one around in the final 10 minutes. So far, Joe Young, I mean, he is, in my mind, he's probably been the best player on the court. I mean, he goes anywhere he wants. He does anything he wants. And the stats, they don't lie. Joe Young, 30 points already here this evening. 3 for 5 from the three-point line for Joe Young. He has been terrific. Well, basketball fans, welcome. If you're watching us live on the YouTube stream here on FIBA's platform, this is the inaugural season of the Basketball Champions League of Asia. Please make sure you hit the like button on this live stream, and please subscribe to FIBA and BCL Asia on all social media platforms of Instagram, X, as Thompson's unable to hit the mid-range. Of course, a very big game coming up later on this evening. Al Riyadi, a team historically who did win the FIBA Asia Champions Cup as well. Cherry goes in, gets the and one. Well, this backcourt duo, Will Cherry, Joe Young, they've been simply unstoppable. Well, they just go everywhere they want at the moment. Back to a 19-point lead, Gorgan controlling the tempo of this game. Another mid-range coming up, and Alfonso McKinney getting the mid-range. Well, it's got to be possession by possession at the moment here for KCC Egis. Young with 30, now make it 33. He's unconscious, he's on fire. Well, he's looking right now to possibly be one of the best top 5 players here in the BCL Asia. McKinney finds Thompson. Hill's got to make this one. Responds with a bang. Mentally, does that keep KCC in the game? That's the question. Oh, Young in and around the defense, missed another layup. Manji getting the offensive rebound. Now Cherry will take a crack. He'll go in the lane. He'll go in. He'll finish. Not enough pride here in the moment for KCC Egis' defense. Well, Thompson was wide open. Had he rolled just a bit quicker. Now here we go. Cherry is going to finish this one. Back to a 21-point lead here for Gorgan. Total control of this game, and a timeout by KCC Egis. Same story. KCC turn it over. Gorgan, they convert those turnovers, and they get fast break points. Well, Cherry's had a field day here with Joe Young. You got to think tomorrow's game when they go up against the Hiroshima Dragonflies. Well, I'm talking about KCC Egis, that is. Clearly, it's been a one-sided affair today. Well, in the first quarter, there wasn't anything you could separate these two teams from. I mean, they were going back and forth, but Gorgan, the backcourt duo of Will Cherry along with Joe Young, it's been too much for KCC's defense to handle. Well, get ready for the big game later on tonight. The champions of the Chinese Basketball Association, Liaoning Flying Leopards, they'll be taking on the champions as well of the FIBA Wasl Al Riyadi, a team historically who did win the former FIBA Asia Champions Cup. Of course, the FIBA Asia Champions Cup has returned here in the form of the BCL Asia. Choi wide open for three. He'll take this one. Can't connect with it. And now here come Gorgan. Cherry all the way, goes in, finishing coast to coast. Well, Gorgan do have a player down at the moment. 23-point lead for the powerhouse of Iranian basketball. Quite a worrying sign. Well, Manji, I think, may have just rolled an ankle or something. Hopefully he's okay. That is a worrying sign. He's still on the ground at the moment. Well, again, you don't want to do that on your opening game, and that's going to be a monumental loss for Gorgan, because he is so instrumental for that lineup. Manji, the man who's played for some of the powerhouses, Petrochimi, of course, very much a household name in Iranian basketball, and that is very worrying. Well, recovery, not a lot of time to turn around. They gotta maybe go get some ice or something. They gotta take care of that very quickly. Still Gorgan lead by 23. Choi step back, three is up, three is good. That cuts it down to 20. But still Gorgan looking to pile on the pressure. Cherry with 28 points so far this evening. Joe Young with 33. And again, an easy throw down inside the paint there for Johnny Hamilton. McKinney got it by Hamilton. Finds Choi. Choi pump fakes. Back out to McKinney. Contested three by Hamilton. Can't get it. Big rebound by Will Cherry. But a foul's going to be called against Jin Young Choi. 22 points of separation now between Gorgan and KCC Egis. Well, Zari thought about it, hesitates, now will take it, can't get it. Well, that might be something. Vahedi, now I want to know, does Kazemi get the assist for a tip rebound? Has that ever happened in basketball before? Choi's mid-range, pulls up for 15, can't get this one. Kazemi saves this now. Gorgan still leading by 24, Cherry with 28. Gorgan in no need to rush anything. Hamilton doesn't take many mid-range shots. Back to Hamilton, he's gonna keep this one alive, he's gotta go up with it. Gets the and one. Johnny Hamilton flexes the guns. Well, I like to call that one accidental basketball because Johnny Hamilton thought he was going out of bounds. Right here, I think he thought he lost this one. Right there. Then he's realized, oh no, it's still there. And he gets a three-point play out of it. Hamilton with a chance now to make this a 27-point ball game, 6:15 to go. And he is able to convert it. Now it's all about pride here for KCC Egis, but another turnover. Kazemi comes up with it. That's going to go out of bounds. It's going to remain Gorgan ball. No foul called. .558 left in the fourth. Gorgan very well on the way to getting an opening victory here at the BCL Asia. Well, nice play, finds Hamilton, goes, oh my goodness! What What did we just witness? Johnny Hamilton may have just committed a crime. He took a body with him. What a play we just saw from Johnny Hamilton. Now McKinney tries to respond. He goes in, and both players pay respect and homage to each other. But Johnny Hamilton may have just had the play of the game. Kickball violation. Gorgan will get it back, but I still want to comprehend what we just saw Johnny Hamilton do. He just put the entire KCC Egis defense on alert and put everybody on a poster. Well, Will Cherry checks out the game. 28 points tonight for Will Cherry, 5 rebounds, along with 2 steals. Terrific performance from Will Cherry. Well, Hamilton, why not take the 3? In the end, he's going to turn it over. KCC come up with it. Hamilton commits his 4th foul. And I think he's just asked for a substitution, I believe. Problem is, Manji is still injured, so nobody can come in and play center, but that won't matter at the moment. They lead by 27, but Gorgan's going to go small. Kazemi's going to have to play the center role for them. And this is possibly something they're going to have to be accustomed to when they play further games. Choi fires up for 3, can't get it. Lee goes for the deflection, that goes out of bounds. Well, Gorgan firing up for 3. And now it's the biggest lead of the game at 30 points. Now McKinney tries to fire one up, can't get it. And that's going to go out of bounds, but it's going to remain KCC's ball. Oh, what could have been a very good game between these two teams very quickly turned into a one-sided affair. Now Kasemi goes in. He'll try to finish. Gets his own rebound. Didn't realize how wide open he was. But now they go for another triple. This one's up. No good. But KCC Egis, it all fell apart after the first quarter. They went down by 4 points and never found a way back in the game. Lee tries to fire another one. This one's no good. The rebound's been secured by Gorgan. Nowhere to go here. Again, everyone just going through the motions. Kazemi now throws up a prayer. 3:20 left. Choi gets bumped in his tracks. That's only going to be the second team foul here against Gorgan in the fourth quarter. Well, Hamilton's going to come back in for the final 3:15. Gorgan, they still lead by 30, looking to break the century mark. This case is easy as they get a wide open 3. That cuts it down, but it's all a consolation. Well, more games to come for both these two teams. And for KCC Egis, now they've gone into a man-to-man matchup. I mean, the game is done and dusted. They've got to think, can't play zone defense the entirety of a game. Gorgan try another one. That one's way off the mark. Well, there's the post-up by Alfonso McKinney. That's a little too short. Nothing dropping. Well, he's had his struggles here this evening. Traveling violation, so a turnover for Gorgan. Right now, you can just feel that both teams are waiting for the last 2 minutes and 25 seconds to finish. I think he was anticipating a foul called, and not too much contact there for Choi to justify anything. I think that's good defense. Lee inside the key. Good look, just can't finish. The tip in, still no good here for KCC. Well, they're going to have to try and look at this game, put it behind them, put a line under it, and try to look on to the next one. And of course, the test gets tougher tomorrow. They'll be up against the champions, and there you go. Hamilton Airlines, we have liftoff. Well, Johnny Hamilton, all of a sudden, showing the bunnies. Another deep three coming up. Lee knocks this one down. Slicing here, 1:45 to go. Still a 26-point ball game. Gorgan penetrates over 90. That puts it back up to 28. Both teams now look like they're ready for this one to be called a day. Remember, Gorgan suffering an injury here to their big man Monji. Went down with an ankle injury. Another three coming up by KCC. This one's no good. Well, the rebound has been secured just over a minute to go. Gorgan, the powerhouse of Iranian basketball, have set the tempo early. They've made a statement here with a big victory. Of course, with the points difference, they'll actually go top of the group after Hiroshima Dragonflies won emphatically against, in their opening game, against Pelita Jayo. Lee top of the key, easily tucks it away. Well, of course, basketball fans watching live here on the FIBA platform, the big game coming up later this evening. The champions of the Chinese Basketball Association, the Liaoning Flying Leopards, will go up against one of the most historic teams of Asian basketball, Al Riyadi from Lebanon. And that will be a big encounter tonight. Final seconds on the shot clock. Hamilton doesn't take many three-pointers. And that is going to be a 24-second violation. Well, to all the viewers watching live, we thank you for joining us here live in beautiful Dubai City. The inaugural year of the BCL Asia, the tournament that was started in Europe back in 2016 by FIBA. After a few years, then made its way to BCL Americas of North, Central, and South America. And now finally, we get to witness the best teams of every domestic league, all the powerhouses. The best teams from Lebanon, Iran, not to mention the best teams from Korea, Japan, and China will all face off. Well, the free throw has been made, a very trademark Korean free throw off the backboard, but that will be the game. At the end of this one, Shahrdary Gorgan, they'll take the victory as they win 102-79 against the champions of the Korean Basketball League, KCC Egis. What a game it was here tonight. And again, a big congratulations to Gorgan, just showing exactly how much of a powerhouse Iranian basketball has been ever since they won the FIBA Asia Cup back in 2007, led by the legendary Shahrdary. Now the legacy of Iranian basketball continues. Now it's about club basketball. Gorgan want to be known as the best team in Asia. They've made a statement early here this evening. Of course, no doubt the other teams, Al Riyadi, Liaoning Flying Leopards, along with Hiroshima Dragonflies, they'll be watching closely. But one more game to come today. Al Riyadi will be in business as they take on Liaoning Flying Leopards. That game will be the last game of game day one. But what a game from that man. Joe Young, 33 points. Will Cherry had 28. And the Gorgan fans, you can hear them just behind the bench. Well, please. But it's all over for now.